Hello and welcome to episode 88 of Nampy Players Virtues at Last Reward. What a great number, except for those people who used it when they shouldn't have. Anyway, look at this baby K. I don't know why it was so funny to me last episode. It just was. And, yeah, I don't know. I just love that. Anyway, I was raised in the facility where my mother works. I just love that so much.
He was the only person who worked there, which meant he was the only person I saw until I was older.
Oh.
That had been the situation for as long as I could remember, though, so I never thought it odd.
Facility. Wouldn't allow me to go near him while he was working. The only times he wasn't working, times when he was sleeping. As such, communication I had was with the education software he'd given me. I suppose I was a fairly expressionless child then. Developed body language to communicate with others. No one else to communicate with. I suppose it makes sense. Damn, autistic. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but, I mean, possibly. Once I learned to read and write, I began to realize that my situation was not normal. Many of my books mentioned a mother as part of a family, and in several, the mother, father, and children would eat meals together and talk to one another. I found myself longing for a mother of my own. Someone who would always be with me, who would scold me if I did something wrong. At night, they would read to me before bedtime. If only I had a mother like that, I thought, I would be so happy. So, for the first time in my life, I asked my father for something. He had finished working and, as usual, making his way towards his bedroom, when I stopped him and asked for a mother. Can I have a mother? He looked at me silently for a long moment before finally responding, okay. Is it gonna be like a robot? I remember to this day how happy I was at that moment. A few months later, he called me into his laboratory. It was the first time he'd ever done anything like that. My heart was beating quickly as I stepped inside. I assume he's not in the robot suit. Standing next to him was a young woman, and my hopes soared. When he said her name, or rather, her ID number, they were dashed. He had given me a robot to play the part of a mother. I didn't want a mother that was just a machine who did what a human told her to do. Yeah, ChatGPT. He looks so cute, I love it. I told my father that, looked surprised for the first time in my life. And he frowned, coughed, and admonished me for being a whiner. Never scolded me for anything before. First I was surprised, then angry. Hot tears streamed down my face. My father ordered the robot to take care of me, shoot us out of his lab. The robot was very convincing. She smiled and spoke as if she was a real person, but I refused to answer her, locked myself in my room. You can talk to a robot, and it will respond. In the end, you're still talking to a machine, not a person. If that was what I'd wanted, I'd had the education software my father had given me. I still had the education software. When I ignored the robot as it tried to take care of me, it looked sad. It couldn't really be sad, of course. It was only programmed to look that way. The robot's facade of sadness didn't mean anything to me. Jesus. After that, I stopped expecting anything from my father. Never really spoken to begin with. It was easy enough for me to make sure we never saw one another. What's like is it Great Expectations? Like the Great Gatsby? No. Like whatever the German AI thing where it like started my father was a man who did something, I don't know. I lived my life as if he didn't even exist. Perhaps it seemed strange to you that I continued to live with him. So I never considered leaving. Perhaps in the hidden depths of my heart, I longed for a relationship with my father. Everything changed when I was 18. What? I left my room one morning to find a woman standing outside of it. I thought it looked like a woman. She was the first human I'd ever seen, apart from my father. I was understandably surprised. For a moment, I thought my father had created a new robot. When I told her that, she laughed and explained she had come to help him. As it turned out, she was a very mysterious person. I'm thinking. No. His father would not be Junpei, and this would, I mean, Akane can maybe be mysterious. I don't know why I was thinking Alice, but I'm thinking it wouldn't be Alice either. She was much older than I was, but something about the way she behaved was almost girlish. She would tell me stories about the world outside in such a way that I was never sure if she was telling the truth or making up fantastic lies. It would be Akane. Kind of does look a little bit like old Akane. Ultimately, though, truth didn't matter. I loved her stories. It wasn't helping my father directly with his research, so I spent most of my days with her. Before long, I discovered she'd known my father when he was young. Maybe it is Akane. Wait, maybe this is Akane. He told me stories of how he'd fallen in love as a younger man. I began to imagine that person he'd fallen in love with had been her. But she was, in fact, secretly my mother. Maybe this is a friend talking about Akane. He'd fallen in love as a young man. After she settled in with us, our long-established routine began to change drastically. So maybe she might not be Akane, he could be Tenmyoji. First, we started to eat together. Before then, I had never shared a meal with anyone in 18 years. She scolded me for my table manners, or more accurately, the lack thereof. If I was going to eat with others, she said, I would need to be more polite, which I guess is why it's so polite now. Having eaten alone for my entire life, manners had never been something I'd thought about. My father got in trouble too. He made the mistake of reading through research papers during dinner. The look of surprise and embarrassment on his face made me burst into laughter. I couldn't remember the last time I'd shared a laugh with my father. Might have been the first time. The room we considered our living room changed too. Maybe it's in here. Maybe this is where it is. Before, it had just been another room. She made it comfortable. After we finished our dinner, I would sit on the sofa and relax with her and my father. Those times were the ones I cherished the most. For a little while every day, I got the family I'd longed for ever since I was a child. That's here. That's this. This is Kay's house. This is the research facility. What are they researching? Because that's the place. At her suggestion, I started, unless it's just like the only sketches of what a lab would be. No, this is where yeah. At her suggestion, I started to help with my father's research. He specialized in genetic engineering, and I discovered I had an interest in it as well. Wait, genetic engineering? This is it. Okay, interesting. Time faded away, and I lost myself in research. As we were working and studying together, my father and I had a great deal to talk about. So what if the notes that the researcher, where is it? Research note. Yeah, this. This is either Kay or his father. Now that we were working and studying together, my father and I had a great deal to talk about. For the first time in my life, we began to speak with one another like a father and son. Whenever I impressed him with something I'd learned, I felt a surge of happiness that drove me to study even harder. My days felt full, right, and meaningful. But most importantly, I was happy. Oh my god. Dio? I'm sorry, but that's okay. The woman on the left is without a doubt 100% the old woman. And if my prediction is right, the old woman is Akane. So, interesting. 4 years passed in the blink of an eye, until one day I happened to overhear my father and the woman speaking in the laboratory. Their tone was serious, so I listened closer, curious to know what they were talking about. That was when I heard her say she planned to give her life to achieve these goals. Who is he? Is he still... Am I really saying he's Sigma? No, Sigma. Junpei. Someone else. Snake? No, he was not blind. It's clear. she wasn't being metaphorical. She would have to die. I was in shock. The research I had thrown myself into would lead to her death. I asked my father to stop his research immediately. He refused to listen. Maybe they're like researching what it means to be an Esper and all that. Refused to listen. She agreed with him. She told me that she had been prepared for what she had to do since the day she came to our facility. So it's like it's like a reverse, but also kind of not really reversed. Cave Johnson and Carolyn. My father had known about it from the beginning as well. Angry and disappointed, I began to investigate what exactly the research I'd been helping with was working toward. Perhaps, I thought, I could figure out a way to keep her alive. Keep her Alice. I discovered much more than I'd bargained for. To begin with, I learned that the ultimate success of my father's research required a good deal of sacrifice. And I also learned that my own existence was just another part of his project. Candle update, it's actually doing quite well. There's only a tiny little bit at the end that it's not melting, but it's completely untunneled. Brilliant. But what? Are you a clone? I had been created to function as my father's spare. He died during his research. I was intended to continue it in his place. I was stunned. So was he a human? Was he a robot from the start? He wasn't a robot from the start. I feel like that's kind of a good thing. Misdirection. I was furious with my father, with her, and even with the research I'd poured myself into for 4 years. There was only one thing to do. Destroy the facility and end my father's horrible research once and for all. I made plans to destroy the main reactor, with it the entire facility, which she saw right through me. Saw me. Father was livid and locked me in my room until his research was complete. All I could think of was how I might stop him. She did her best to convince me that I'd misunderstood, that everything would be fine. As much as I wanted to believe her, I remembered in the back of my mind, she had been the one who pushed me to become involved in my father's research. Had that been an earnest desire to give me something to do with my life, or... Still, I couldn't bring myself to hate her. She had given me a reason to live. Even if she had conspired with my father to mold me into a replacement, the warmth she'd shown me had been real. She'd made us feel as if I had a real family. That was something I wouldn't have given up for the world. I pleaded with her to leave. She quietly shook her head. There was someone very special to her, she told me. He had... What? No. Wait, what? Wait. Huh? Wait. Sorry, cut the voice for that. There was someone very special to her, she told me. He had saved her life once, and she felt her death would help repay that favor. So that all that confirms she is Akane. The old woman is Akane. We're like 99% confirmed. Okay. But then who is this? Is that implying that the father is Junpei, or that Akane and someone else are working towards Junpei doing, like, saving Junpei for some reason, aka Tenmyoji. She would have liked nothing more than to marry him and live a happy, normal life together. She couldn't, for his sake, she said. For the sake of the future she had wanted, she was determined to see my father's research. What? Wait. Like nothing more to marry him and have a happy normal. Couldn't. Why is that genuinely loving? Actually sad at that. I realized then that although she was the most important person in my life, someone more important important than me and hers. Tried to explain that beyond what we could. Tried to explain that beyond what we could see was a future when no one would have to die. I refused to listen. What good was a potential future to me? So I had now what I wanted. Stand to think that she would. Oh, you're tired, not boring. I couldn't stand to think that she would give her life for a man I'd never even seen. That's when I realized I had seen him. So I shut myself off from the world. Perhaps that is why I lost my memory. God damn, dude. What a deep sigh. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
It's okay.
Not having any memories is less than desirable, but it could be argued that regaining them is almost more taxing.
That's true. Well, almost everything.
No, the details are still indistinct, especially more recent events.
Huh? Like what he was.
Sigma, I'm sorry, but would it be alright if I laid down for a bit?
What's wrong?
I don't feel very well. It must be because I remembered so much so quickly.
Oh, he's got Radical 6.
My head feels like it's going to explode.
Radical 6. Okay.
Yes. I think I just need to rest.
So then we're gonna go back and see Phi. And she's gonna be like, I don't know where Dio is. Finds Tenmyoji and Clover dead. And then... Okay. Take as long as you need. I'll go look for Clover and Tenmyoji myself.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Oh, his last words are gonna be thank you. Kay lowered himself heavily onto the red sofa in the corner of the... Well... Guess I'd better get moving then. Oh, his last words were thank you. But if he dies, he might not die. Out of the room. Ran into Phi. Oh, she's alive. Where's Dio? What are you doing here? She's supposed to be waiting back in the warehouse.
Yeah, I know. I just decided to go check on you guys. I waited a long time and nobody showed up.
Oh, that's right. You stayed there. You're left.
Judging by your face, you haven't found them either. Damn. Where's Kay?
Yeah. He's in the lounge.
You decided to split up?
Well, not quite. Instead of waiting for my answer, she opened the door to the lounge and walked in. He's dead.
What's up with him?
He's not feeling too well. Said he wanted to rest for a bit.
Is he alright?
I think so. Should leave him alone right now, though. Remember, there's a real person inside that suit. I'm sure he's just tired.
Tired, huh? How are you feeling?
What?
I feel tired just looking at you. Your face is like a week-old sock.
Thanks? Really? I guess I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little exhausted. I mean, all of a sudden I wake up trapped in some weird-ass game, and bodies start turning up. Honestly, I'm amazed I've managed to hold on to my sanity for this long. Have you? Just about everything here makes absolute zero sense. Zero! The more I try and figure any of it out, I feel like my brain is just going to melt, run out my ear. You know what I'm talking about, right? Managed to figure out who the killer was. Still 100 other questions we have no idea about. Oh, that's right, Dio's trapped in the thing. Where the hell are we? Why are we even here? Just to suffer? What's this whole notary game thing for? What is Zero Senior up to? Hell, how about who Zero Senior is? Rabbit said he was one of us, but... Trust him? Dio?
Who knows?
Dio, probably. Besides, still don't know why Dio killed them. Said he was ordered to do it, but... There's more too. What about the old lady? Who is she? What's her deal? I hate whenever they start asking way too many questions too quickly. I feel like I'm gonna be hit with a to be continued. Oh, what are any of our deals? I don't know jack shit about anybody here. I don't even know anything about you, Fi.
Are you serious? You can't honestly suspect me, can you?
No, that's not it.
I'm just like you. I was kidnapped on December 25th and brought here too.
Trailed off. What? You heard that right?
Yeah. It came from the hallway.
Go have a look. Oh, I don't like.
There's nobody here.
They got on the elevator.
Let's try hitting the button. If the door doesn't open immediately, then we'll know the elevator's downstairs.
Oh, interesting. Why is
Thought so.
Let's go. Oh. What was that? There was like 2 hits or something. The candlelight is really adding to the ambiance, but it's a little bit darker. Oh, split up? Oh, that's 3. Which way? Where do you think they went?
Let's just head for the green door.
Why?
Because the treatment center's there. That's where Dio and Quark are.
Interesting. So?
You aren't worried? I just want to make sure they're safe.
Good call. They're fine. Let me use your clover for a minute then. Both of them. I don't think they'd hurt Quark or Dio.
Are you sure? Dio admitted to killing the old woman, but he still insists that he didn't kill Alice or Luna. What if he's telling the truth?
You serious? You gonna believe him?
Doesn't matter. I just want to know if they're safe. No harm in being careful.
That's true. Go there. Right, fine. Gonna see both of them dead. The floor B really is so much bigger. Oh. We're about to the right. To the right, to the right, to the right. Right. I mean, obviously you'd want to go to the treatment center. Get into the first pod. I cracked open the top and lifted it back. Quark's gonna be there, but Dio's gonna be. That was Quark, sound asleep. Okay.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was probably getting worried for nothing. How about Dio?
Let's open his. Oh. What the hell? So why would we open, like, if he's still in there, he'd just immediately jump out, but okay. What?
Check his pulse!
No bracelet. Pointless to check his pulse. Obviously dead. But I did it anyway. Yeah. He's dead. Thank God.
Look, the oxygen level for his pod says 0%.
Is he asphyxiated? Why?
Someone must have tampered with the pod and lowered the oxygen levels.
0. Who? Luna.
Look, we should go tell Kay about this. Come on.
Come on, let's go. Not waiting for me to follow. Fi turned and ran off. Well, maybe Temmie and Clover aren't dead, but like they know stuff about the Noto games, so they're like beyond something. Took a deep breath and followed. That's when I saw it. Whoop. Fi and I burst into the lounge and ran up to Kay. Oh, he's still there. Kay, wake up! Something's happened. There's no you. Didn't move. I grabbed grabbed him by the shoulders, shook, twitched, and quickly sat up.
What is it?
Actually, you can go back to sleep. No one important. Explained about how we found Dio dead and how it looked like he died of asphyxiation. It appeared that someone had reduced the oxygen level of his blood to 0.
What? But why? I thought that Dio was the one who killed the old woman, Alice, and Luna. Then who killed him, if he was the murderer?
The murderer. Not a pedophile dash murderer, a pedophile slash murderer. Right on. The only people who could have done it are Clover or Luna.
There's also Quark.
Or Quark. What? No, that's impossible. You're suggesting Quark woke up, opened his pod from the inside, which we know he can do. Killed Dio and then went back to
No,
sleep.
I'm just saying that strictly speaking, it's a possibility. So just, take it into consideration.
Well, in that case, Phi, I hate to say it, but doesn't that mean that you could have done it?
Me?
Yes. You could have done it any time after Sigma and I left the Floor B warehouse.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
Oh, come on.
I was waiting for Clover and Tenmyoji to show up.
See, okay. Ultimately, I believe her. She didn't kill them. But, if you're in that situation, you have to acknowledge. Because if you're gonna say, there's a possibility that the sick child woke up from sleep, killed him, and then went back to sleep, you have to also acknowledge there's a possibility that the able-bodied 21-year-old who doesn't have an alibi and was sitting around for half an hour also could have done it. Right? You need, you have to say, yeah, it's possible, but I didn't do it.
They never did, though, so I got impatient and went to find you guys. Then I bumped into Sigma in front of the lounge.
So, I'm worried about blowing a lot of the wax. She went on to explain about the sound you'd heard.
I see. So you heard something.
I mean,
then
yeah,
perhaps it is likely that Clover and Tenmyoji were at fault.
I guess that makes sense.
Were the two of you together the whole time you were investigating?
Yes, we were.
You never split up or anything?
Nope. That's true. We actually did. No, we actually both killed him.
In any event, we don't have a great deal of time to discuss it.
Oh, snap. Oh, crap. We've got only 7 minutes until the primary door's open. So what do we even do here? What is...
Alright, let's get back to the Floor B warehouse. Maybe Clover and Tenmyoji are already there.
So what can we even do?
Oh, where is Dio's bracelet?
What?
Huh?
You didn't take it? Dio was a green solo. Phi and I are the magenta pair.
Shit. You're right. Without Dio's bracelet, we won't be able to open the secondary door.
I fear not.
We need to hurry. Drop by the treatment center on the way back and grab the
All
bracelet.
3 of us don't need to go. You two go on ahead. I'll get the bracelet.
That's never a good sign.
Alright.
Oh, one other thing. I need to give you these.
Yellow pair bracelets? Those Alice and Luna's?
Yes. Without these, you would be stuck.
Thank you.
So, here you are.
Thank you.
Please, take them.
I grabbed the bracelets and shoved them into my pocket.
Alright, let's get going.
Let's go. What is that, the non-9 door? Shit. Yeah.
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
Walk's bracelet?
Or...
What? Come on, man. Better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. She's not wrong. You gotta be kidding me. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kay, Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
Hey, lay off.
Why does it look like that's the Radical 6
I
sprite.
want to believe they're alive too, but
Okay, that's our only depressed sprite. We heard a noise and turned. He lives!
I apologize for keeping you.
did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but
What?
Huh?
best you just see it.
Oh no, is he alive?
This is what I found in Dio's pod.
What?
Oh. What? What the hell?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
But why? To kill us all? Or to kill whoever? There's no point.
I can't say for sure. But if I were to guess,
It's to kill Kay. Yeah.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
with a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
Yeah.
That means Kay and I...
Oh, both.
Well-
Oh no. Oh no, indeed. Shit. Good. You're gonna...
When the time comes, those 3 doors will automatically close. If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay.
Ow.
That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
Damn, dude. How can you be so calm? 5 minutes, you're gonna you're gonna bebe.
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right?
My god.
You should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Fuck that. You know I can't just ditch you guys like that.
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? What kind of a monster am I if I just leave you here to die? I'd never do that, except when I tried to do that. Arrgh! God damn it! This was bad. What was I going to do? Oh, this is gonna be to be continued, isn't it? I needed to calm down. Okay, Taylor, just calm down. Calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. There had... Oh. What? What? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Ah!
The first is an anesthetic called soporil beta. The other is a muscle relaxant called tubocurarine.
We use the thing. Wait. Ah! Ladies and gentlemen, we just technically bypassed it to be continued. Because we already know. Oh, my pen's in my hoodie pocket. We already know how to bypass. We use the other thing, the thing I was talking about. How very interesting. So I did technically predict there'd be a to be continued. But I guess we are leaving it off with a much more satisfying. At least we know what we're planning to do. And it's also, I mean, I'm not going to stop an ending halfway through, even if it is an important one. So, I know what we're going to do. Maybe. But in the next episode, maybe we'll see exactly what that is. I've been Yemi, you've been Yemi. See you on the next one.
Whoa! You just made it to the end of another awesome Yenbu video. Congratulations! There's plenty more where that came from. Click the subscribe button for more fun videos.